Hey, welcome back to another episode of Tune Quest. So just 3 hours ago, Laufey's Snow White dropped and I listened to it, I learned it, and I'm going to teach you how to play it in this tutorial. It's a really beautiful piece of music, and as far as her compositions go, it's more on the simple side, and it's so beautiful on the piano, okay? It follows a nice simple structure, a nice easy arpeggio pattern, and we're going to look at all of that in this video. Let's get started with the intro, which goes something like this. Okay, first let's establish that we're in the key of D major, which means that this D major chord is the root, the home base of the tune. So of course we're going to start on that chord. Now in the left hand, we're going to use this arpeggio pattern that goes root 5 octave and then plays the third of the chord and then walks back down. Like that, okay? Now why do we use this particular pattern? By the way, we're going to use this pattern more throughout this video. It's a super effective pattern. It's effective because it taps into the rhythmic feel of this piece of music, which is in what we call compound time, which means that we count it in threes. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. This kind of waltz, this lullaby, kind of rocking back and forth feeling, right? And this particular left-hand arpeggio pattern creates that effect. Feels like it's rocking back and forth. That's why it's so effective. Now on the right hand, we start with this A, and then we add a C sharp on the top. Goes back to the A, add the C sharp, okay? Now what's really interesting here is this kind of rhythmic interplay between the hands, okay? Technically, this is what we might call a polyrhythm. Now that might sound advanced, but it's actually simple when you break it down. Essentially, what we've got is 3 notes in the left hand, and then for every 3 note in the left hand, we have 2 notes in the right hand. 1, 2, okay? 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Another way that you could play it is like this. Okay, so if you look at the left hand, it's just pulsing. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And in the right hand, it's pulsing at 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So this is what's called a 2/3, right? I just wanted to teach you this little bit of music theory here because I think it's so interesting. It's an interesting piece of rhythmic language, and if you didn't know what a polyrhythm is, well, there you go. You've learned something new in this tutorial. Let's keep going, okay? So the tune actually begins, and it goes like this with the verse. Okay, so the left-hand pattern changes a little bit. We're still using arpeggios, but we're keeping it more localized, okay? So we start with this D major 7 chord. So we've got a D major triad, and you're adding the major 7th on top here, which is C sharp. And again, this lends itself to the same rhythmic pulse. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And that's how you kind of want to feel it in your body and in your mind, okay? That way you're going to really tap into the rhythm of the piece, which is quite important for a piece like this. And then we move to an E minor 7. So you've got an E minor triad, and then you're adding D here, which is the minor 7th of this chord. And then we have a G major 7, G major triad, adding F sharp. And then we go to an A major 7. In this case, it's what we call a dominant 7. Okay, so we have G, and then it goes back to D. Okay, melody goes like this. So it uses this motif here where it goes D, C sharp, D, and that's a device that's going to be used often, right? Right, and then it goes F sharp, A, right? And then the motif again, this time goes to G. Motif again, thumb plays G, motif, G, motif, resolve to F sharp. Okay? Now, as I said at the start of the video, there was that really effective arpeggio pattern. We can use this for the entire chord progression. Okay, so this is another way that we can play the left hand, and I want to give you options here with playing this piece. Okay, so we can do it on the D. We can do it on the E minor. Okay, so you would play root 5 octave and then the third, which is this minor third of E, and then back down. G would look like this. A would look like this. And then back to E. Sorry, that's D. Okay, with the melody, goes like this. Okay, so that's the verse, and that repeats the second time through. Now, let's get into the chorus. So, we start with, let's cover the left hand first, because that way we can look at the chords, the chord progression. So, we start with this B minor, so you're just going to play a B minor triad, arpeggio, and then octave, and then back down. B minor, going to an E minor. Same arpeggio pattern here. Going to an A major, going back to a D major. Okay? So that's the left hand and the chords. Now the melody goes like this. So we start with this ascending D, E, F sharp, and then E, F sharp. Same idea, ascending, this time goes to G, like that. Now over this A major chord, we have this interesting thing, where we go G, D, C sharp, G, G, C sharp, G, resolving to F sharp here. So check it out. Okay? And then the second time through, the same thing. We kind of hold it there, right? This time it goes like this. Okay, so it does this descending pattern. When we land on the D major, play a D major triad, and then we're going to play this, which is actually an A major triad in its first inversion. Okay, this is literally just an A major triad, but it starts on the third of the chord, which is C sharp, and then B minor. Okay, the melody descends as well. F sharp, D, E, D, C sharp, B. And then it goes like this. Okay, so this is nice and easy. We're just going to hold these octaves at this point, okay? Nice low octaves if you want to. So E goes up to A, which resolves perfectly back to D. The melody goes D, G, E, C sharp. Wants to go back to home base. Okay? Now, again, you can use that same left hand arpeggio thing, where you play the root 5 octave and the third. Okay? And in terms of like arranging it, you could take the first left hand arpeggio idea and then transition to the second one. Okay? So let me show you that with the melody. Okay, and then you would go lower. Add some bass, right? ending thing. Okay, and there you go. That's how you play Snow White. Absolutely beautiful, right? This is very pianistic. It's so perfect for the piano. It just sounds lovely. And you want to create that kind of lovely sound, right? You want to approach it in this kind of lullaby, beautiful way. What does that mean? That's more in terms of like how you approach playing the piano. Like you have this intention with the notes that you play. When you're playing the melody, you want it to sing, you want it to feel lyrical, okay? You want to really, and here's a hack for doing that, by the way. If you can memorize and sing the lyrics as you play the melody, that's a way that you can make your melodies sound and feel more lyrical. These are all ideas I talk about in Keyboard Wizardry, by the way. I've got a whole course there which will teach you a lot about musicality and chords and chord progressions and articulation, dynamics, melody. There's a whole bunch of stuff in there, okay? So if you're interested in that, or one-on-one training, which is also what I offer in Keyboard Wizardry, like training, there's a course. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of stuff there, okay? You can just check it out and book a call if you're interested. I can show you, I can tell you more about it. But anyway, I hope this tutorial was helpful, and I hope you enjoy playing this piece of music. That's it for this one. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.